So the theoretical probability is defined as number of successful outcomes divided by total possibilities or possible outcomes. For example, the theoretical probability of a dice, right? A dice has six sides from 1 to 6. So the probability of having a 6 when you roll a die will be 1 over 6 because the number of the total possible outcomes are 6. So either it can be 1, 2, 3, or 6, and if it's a one chance out of 6, right? Or if you say the probability of odd number when you roll a dice will be like how many odd numbers we do have in a dice: 1, 3, and 5. So the probability of an odd number will be 3 out of 6. So this is the theoretical probability, and there is one more experimental probability, or it's also called a relative frequency. So experimental probability or relative frequency is number of success divided by total trials. For example, if you roll a dice for 5 times and you get 3 times 6, so experimental probability of 6 is 3 over 5 because you tried 3 times and 5 is the total number of trials. So we'll solve some of the questions and we'll explore how to solve this type of questions. So this is a book, IGCSE book, Book A or Book 1, and these questions are taken from Chapter 5, Handling of Data, and it would be probably exercise 1 or whatever. So the question says that Nelson is a keen collector of tropical fish. He collects different types of fish. He has four, you have to look at the numbers, four guppies, three angelfish, and two catfish, and one Siamese fighting fish. So the tank has to be cleared. So he randomly catches one of these fishes in his net. Calculate the probability that the fish is a guppy fish. So how many total number of fishes? 4 plus 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Total there are 10 fishes. And how many? 4 there are guppy fishes. So the probability of having a guppy fish will be 4 out of 10. And an angel fish will be, so the angel fishes are 3 out of 10. A tiger fish will be, there's no tiger fish here. So it will be 0 out of 10 and not a Siamese fighting fish. So the probability of a Siamese fighting fish is 1 out of 10, right? So 1 out of 10. So not a Siamese fish will be 1 minus 1 over 10. Just like the probability of an event A plus the probability of event A not, that should be equal to 1. So, in other words, if probability of an event not happening should be 1 minus probability of that event happening. So, in this case, not a Siamese fish, it will be like probability of not having Siamese as. Not having Siamese fish will be 1 minus probability of having Siamese fish, and that will be 1 minus 1 over 10. So this should be the answer for this one. And the next question is, a letter is chosen randomly from a collection of tiles with a single letter on each that spells word. This one, periodontology. Calculate the probability that it is an O. So total how many letters are there? You have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Total there are 14 letters, and the probability of O, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 letters of O. So the probability of O is 4 out of 14, and the probability of T is how many T's we do have? Just one. 1 out of 14. And a vowel. A vowel, how many vowels we do have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 vowels. 6 out of 14. And a consonant. Consonant. So consonants, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, total there are 14. So if 6 are vowels, then 8 will be consonants. So these are the probabilities. So the next question is, a card is randomly selected from a pack of 52 playing cards. So there are 52 playing cards. So probability of a red card. So what should be the probability of a red card? So there are total 26 red cards, because diamond has a red color and heart has a red color. So total 26, 13 each, 26 red color cards, and the total number of cards is 52. Or in other words, if you simplify it, it will become 2 by 4, or you can call it 1 by 2. So there's a half chance of having a red card. A king, the probability of having a king. How many kings do we have in all 52 cards? There are 4 kings. So 4 out of 52, or 1 out of 13 will be the probability of having a king, and a multiple of 3. So a multiple of 3, that means in a card, how many numbers we do have which can be a multiple of 3. Like 1 is a multiple of every number, 3 is a multiple of every number, 3 is a multiple of 3, and 6 is a multiple of 3, 9 is a multiple of 3. And yeah, so 1, 3 is that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 cards are multiple of 3. So in one color, if there are 4, total there are 4 colors, right? So total there are 4 colors. So that makes 4 fours are 16 out of 52. So 16 out of 52, you can further simplify it. This is the probability of having a multiple of 2. And as, jack, queen, or king. Right? So as there are 4 aces, 4 jacks, 4 queens, and 4 kings. So this again makes a total of 16 out of 52 as a probability. We go to the next slide, and in this question it says that the bar chart shows the color of socks worn by pupils in class 5C. If a pupil is chosen at a random from 5C, calculate the probability that he or she will be wearing a gray socks, white socks, red socks, and not a red sock. So in this frequency table, the data is given for yeah for a gray sock. It is here. Gray is here and the frequency is 6. So you have to first find how many are the total number of socks, right? So 6 plus 8 is 14, and 14 plus 4 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 18 plus 2 is 20. So the total probability, if you pick randomly, so the total probability is 20, and the gray socks are 6. So for a gray socks, you are going to have a probability of 6 out of 20 or 3 out of 10. And for a white sock, it's 8, right? So 8 out of 20 or you can say 2 out of 5. And for a red one, the probability is 2 here and 2 out of 20 or 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 is red and not a red. So probability of not a red should be 1 minus the probability of red. So probability of red is 10, so not red, 1 minus 1 over 10. So the next question here is a fair 10-sided die with the numbers from 1 to 10 on it is thrown. Calculate the probability of getting a 1. So from 1, it's a 10-sided die. So all possible probabilities are 10. So getting 1 is 1 should be 1 over 10. An even number. So from 1 to 10, how many even numbers are there? 2 is even number, 4 is even number, 6 is even number, 8 is even number, and 10 is even number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 even numbers. So 5 out of total numbers are 10. So, or in other words, 1 by 2, there is half chance, 1 by 2 chance of getting an even number. A number which has an integer square root. So, the square roots are, for example, 4 is a square root of 2, 9 is a square root of 3, right? So a square root, how many numbers are square root? 1 is always a square root, right? So 1 square is equal to 1. So from 1 to 10, how many square roots are there? So 1, 2, 3. There are 3 numbers which are square roots. So 3 out of 10 should be the answer for this question. And a number of it most 7 and at least 4. So, how many numbers are there which are at most 7 and at least 4? So, you have to at least 4, 5, 6, 7. So, these are the numbers which are at most 7 and at least 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 numbers like these. So, 4 out of 10 should be the answer for this question, or 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5, if you simplify this fraction, should be the probability of having this question. Okay, so we go to the next question, and the question number 6 says the table gives the numbers of boys and girls in a group who wear glasses. The numbers are here, so you have to first copy and complete the table. You have to look at how can you complete the table. First, you should look at which are the easiest to sum up, and then you have to work onwards. The total number of boys and girls wearing and not wearing, this all sums up to 32. And the girls are 18, so the boys has to be, if you add the boys plus 18, it should be 32. right? So in other words, from the total 32, if you minus the number of girls, so you are going to have boys. So 12 minus 8 is 4, and here 2 are left. 2 minus 1 is 14. So there are 14 boys. So you fill this number. Now it makes a little sense. So if there are 14 boys, 10 are with no glasses. So how many should be with glasses? So those should be 4, because 10 plus 14 makes it this one, right? So now you see here the number of students with glasses is 6 plus 4, 10. So now this makes our work a little easier. If there are total 32 students, so with no glasses, how many students those should be? Because 32 minus 10 should give you the answer for the students with no glasses. Okay, so that should make 32 minus 10 is 22. And if we have this 22 here and 10 students are boys, so the remaining students are girls. So 22 minus 10 is 12. So this is how we completed this whole table. Now it says that a person is picked at a random. What is the probability that the person is a boy without glasses? So here is a boy with glasses without glasses. So this is the chance, right? So 10 out of total 32. The chance of having a boy without glasses is there are 10 boys like this out of 32. And if you simplify it, so it becomes 5 over 16. A girl, right? So total number of how many girls are there? 18 girls are there. So 18 over 32 should be the answer for this question. You can further simplify it, and 2 nines are 18, 2 sixteens are 32. And given that a girl is picked at random, what is the probability that she does not wear glasses? So the girl not glasses is 12, right? So the girl which does not wear glasses is 12. So given that a girl is picked at random, so when it says that given that, so this is a called conditional probability. Now given that a girl is picked at random, so now your total should not be 32, the total should be 18, because you are excluding boys. You are not including boys, because you say that given that you are picking up a girl, so total number of girls are 18, so you have to pick a girl, so this is called a conditional probability. And the total number of girls uh, without glasses is 12, right? So 12 out of 18 should be the answer for this question. And now we go to the seventh question, and question number 7 says a coin is fixed so that it has the probability of 1 over 3 of landing on a tail, right? So this coin has been fixed, or this coin has been tampered, that it has the probability of, if you throw it, 3 times, one time it will always land on a tail. If this coin is tossed 30 times, how many times would you expect it to get head? Okay, so if it has a probability of tail is 1 over 3, right? So the probability of head would be 1 minus 1 over 3, right? Probability of head is not probability of tail. So in other words, you can call this as 2 by 3, right? So 2 by 3 times it has a probability of head. So if it has been flipped for tossed for 30 times and the probability of head is 2 by 3, then time 30, so it should give you 3 tens are 30, 10 twos are 20. So 20 times it should uh, give you a head. Okay, so this should be the answer for this question. And the next question, number 8, it is estimated that the probability of a rainy day in Lagos, Nigeria is 1 over 4. Work out an estimate for the number of dry days in Lagos from 1st March to 28th of March. So, rainy day is probability of rainy day is 1 over 4. So probability of dry day would be 1 minus 1 over 4, or in other words, if you solve this one, right, so if we'll give it's a 1, so 4 out of 4, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So this should give you 3 out of 4. So 3 out of 4 times it should be a dry day. And from 1st to 28th March. So there are 28 days, uh, and how many days it should be a dry. So 28 days from 1st March to 28th March, 3 by 4 is probability, and 4 sevens are 28, 7 threes are 21. So for 21 days, it should be a dry day in Lagos, Nigeria. So, with this question, we come to the end of this part, and we have one more exercise to go. And this exercise is probably 1 star or 2 star. I've not checked in the book. So, whatever it is, but the questions are here. A black die and a white die are thrown together and the scores are added. Copy and complete the sample space table showing all 36 possible outcomes. Use your table to calculate the probability of getting a total. Okay, first you have to complete. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This die has 6 chances or 6 options or 6 possibilities here, and it has a white die also has 6 possibilities. So 1 1 it has the possibility of 2, and if you throw the both the dice together, and in the first you have the possibility that both get 1, right? So the possibility is here, scores are added, so you get a 2 score, right? So if the black one die gives you 1 and the white one gives you the score of 2, so 2 plus 1 is 3. In the same way, if the black one gives you 1 and the white one gives you 3, so the total score is 4. So you have to basically add the score of both the dice when you throw or toss 2 dice. So and then you count the score of both one. So how many possibilities? There are 6 chances or 6 possibilities in one and 6 possibilities in the other one. So 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. In the same way, 3 plus 2 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6, and 5 plus 2 is 7 and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are all the possibilities which you can have, and it's a use your table to calculate the probability of getting a total of 6, right? So how many what is the probability that you get a score of 6? So you can see here how many times you can get a 6 with this probability. On this line, all are, if you see, all are the 6 scores. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 5 times out of total 36, you have a probability of getting 6, and a total more than 10. So more than 10, the probability is 10. More than 10 is 11, 11 and 12. So the probability is 3 out of 36. More than 10 means 10 does not include. So there are two probabilities of 11 here and one probability of 12. So only you have got three probabilities. A total less than 4. So less than 4 also has the same three probabilities here, right? So you have again got 3 out of 36 and a prime number. So the prime numbers 2, 3, 5, right? So this row here it is just 1, this row here it's 2, and in this row 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 and 4, 10, and here 12, 13, and then 14, 15. So there's a probability of 15 out of 36 is the probability of getting a prime number. What is the most likely total? What is the most likely total? So the most likely total is the one in which there is the maximum probability. So the maximum probability here, which number has the maximum probability? If you see for 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a 5. For 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the numbers increase from here 2, 3, 4, and at 7 they are the maximum, and after that they decrease. So the maximum probability is of a number is for the 7, right? There has a probability of 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 36 is the maximum probability, and that is probability of 7. So probability of 7 is 6 out of 36, and that is the maximum. So we come to the last page of this exercise, and here the question number 2, four marbles are in a red bag, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. These four marbles are in a red bag. They are numbered 2, 3, 5, and 7. A green bag contains more marbles numbered. So it has 11, 13, 17, and 19. Okay, two marbles, one from each bag, are randomly selected, and the difference in the two scores is noted. Okay, so 2, 3, 5 and 7, and here 11, 13, 17 and 19. So now what you do is two marbles, one from each bag, one from red bag and one from here and one from here you take, and the difference in the two scores is noted. Construct a suitable sample space table to calculate the probability of obtaining a score of 6. Okay, so in the same way you have to find a table, make a table, right? So the red ones you have got 2, 3, 5 and 7, and for the green ones you have got 11, 13, 17 and 19. So these are the white ones. Now the probability of getting a score 6. So with what numbers you can get a score 6? So if you get one from here, one from here, these two. So the total score will be 11, 12, 13. It will be 13. So the smallest is number which you can get, and you have to know, you have to difference between these two. It's not plus, it's a difference. So the difference is 9. 11 minus 2 is 9, 13 minus 2 is 11, and 17 minus 2 is 15, and 19 minus 2 is 17. Okay, so in the same way, if we 11 minus 3 is 8, and 13 minus 3 is 10, 17 minus 3 is 14, and 19 minus 3 is 16. And 11 minus 5 is 11 minus 5 is 6. Yeah, 6. And 13 minus 5 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 8. And 17 minus 5 is 11. No, it's not 12. And 19 minus 5 is 14. 14. And 11 minus 7 is 4. 17 minus 7 is 6. And 17 minus 7 is 10. And 19 minus 7 is 12. Okay, so this is your table. Now the probability of getting a score of 6. So you can see you have got 6, just 1. So the total outcome is 4 by 4 is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the total outcomes are 16, and 1 out of 16 is the probability of getting a 6. No, the probability of getting a 6 is 2. Sorry, my mistake. It's 2. Okay, so it will be 2 over 16. A score of 8 most 8. 8 most 8 means including 8. So the score less than 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The possibility is 5. 5 out of 16. A score of 8 least 12. Right, so 5 is till 8. So 5 you can count more than 12. Out of 16, how many are more than 12? Okay, so getting at least a 12. So more than 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 which are more than 12. So there are 14, they are at least 12. 14 over 16. 14 over, no, the numbers total are 16. So 16 minus 5 is 11. So 11 out of 16 are at least 12. A square number. So here you can find 16 is a square number, and which else? 4 is a square number, right? We have got two square numbers. 9 is here, right? So 9 is square number. 3 threes are 9. So there are three square numbers, and 3 over 16. What are the least likely scores? So out of these you can see which one has the least possibility, which number is just less time. So less times it has been reflected. So the least probability is the numbers which do not repeat. So I think most of the numbers do not repeat except only few numbers. Like the 8 is repeating, 6 is repeating, and 10 is repeating, and 12 is repeating, 14 is repeating, and no one else, right? So 15, 16, 17, 11. So these are the numbers. What are the least likely scores? So the least likely scores are 11, 15, 17, and 16. So these are the least likely because they are just ones. Okay, the next question number 3. A regular five-sided spinner is spun twice, and the scores are multiplied. Copy and complete the table space below. Use the table to calculate the probability of scoring. Okay, so it has been spun twice. So second spin and the first spin, and the scores are multiplied. So it's like two ones are two in the same way, three ones are three, so four ones are four, five ones are five, and three twos are six, four twos are eight, five twos are 10, and two threes are six, three threes are nine, four threes are 12, five threes are 15. Now it's turn of four. Four ones are four, four twos are eight, four threes are 12, four fours are 16, four fives are 20. Five ones are five, five twos are 10, five threes are 15, five fours are 20, five fives are 25. So these are the numbers, probability of scoring an odd number. So in the same way, you can just have a look at here and you can see how many out of these uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 here and 5 here. So there are total 25 possibilities. So the denominator, it will be 25. An odd number, you can just count here how many are the odd numbers out of 25, and the number less than 9, it's the same, you have to just check less than 9, at least 9, that means including 9, including 15, at least 15. So the numbers which including 15, how many are there? At triangular numbers. So the triangular numbers are the numbers which make up of a triangle. So how many are the triangular numbers? So how do you make a triangle? 1 is a triangular number, and then you add and make it like this, right? So the 3, 1, 2, 3 is a triangular number, and in the next line, first line you have got 2, second line you have got 1, 2, and in the next line you have got 3. Okay, so this is how you make a triangle. Now here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is a triangular number, and in the next line you put 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So this is a triangular number, and here we have got right 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is a triangular number, and in the next you get 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is again becomes a triangular, and 10 plus 5 is 15, and in the next you get 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is also a triangular number, so 15 plus 6 is 21, and the next you add 7 plus 7, and that will be 28 is a triangular number. So 28 goes beyond these 25 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 triangular numbers. So the possibility will be 6 out of 25 is the probability. Okay, so now we go to the next question, and in this one, three vets record the number of allergic reactions experienced by puppies given the same vaccination. Okay, so vet X, vet Y, and vet Z. Okay, number of puppies vaccinated. Okay, vet X vaccinated 50, number of allergy reactions is 3. Y vaccinated 60 and number of allergies 7. Z vaccinated 70 and this is 10. So calculate the probability that a puppy injected by X or Y will experience an allergic reaction. So the probability of X or Y, X or Y. Okay. So here, if it's or, so first the probability of X is 3 out of 50 and the probability of Y is 7 out of 60 and the probability of Z is 10 out of 70. Okay, so calculate the probability that a puppy injected by a vet X or Y will get. So now you have to add these two ones. 7, 8, 9, 10 X or Y. 10 out of total puppies they did is 110. 10 out of 110 or 1 out of 11 is the probability that they will get allergic reaction. Calculate the probability that a puppy injected by vet Y or Z will not experience any reaction. So first Y and Z will experience, those are how many? 10 plus 7 is 17, right? So 17 over the total, the probability is 70 plus 60, 130. And not having, it should be not having reaction. That should be 1 minus 17 over 130. If 7650 puppies are given this injection in a particular year, estimate how many of them will show signs of an allergy. So if the total number of puppies are this, so you have to just calculate all these and how many are 17, 9, 20. 20 puppies get allergy out of how many total puppies. Okay, so we have got 0 here and 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So out of 180, we have got 20 allergies. So 20 divided by 180 is total allergy. And if you had 7,650, so how many puppies they would get allergy? So this is how you can solve. 2 nines are 18. So this is how 765 over 9. So this will be the probability these will be the number of puppies that you can that are likely to get. If you solve this one, 9 eights are 72 and 45, 9 fives are 45. So the 85 puppies are likely to get reaction out of the 7,650. Okay, so the last question in this sequence is a regular three-sided spinner number 2, 4, 6 is spun and a six-sided die is thrown. So we have got a spinner which has 2, 4, and 6, right? 2, 4, and 6, and the die, it has 6 numbers. So the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the regular die is thrown. The highest number is noted. If the two numbers are equal, when you get 2 and 2, because these are 2, so you just count 2. And when you do 3 and 2, when you get 3 and 2, you just note down the biggest one. This is 3. 4 and 2, you just count the 4. 5 and 2, you just count the 5. 6 and 2, you just count the 6. And here, 4 and 1, you count the bigger number, right? 4 and 2, you count the bigger number. And 4 and 3, you count the bigger number. 4 and 4, you count their number. 5 and 4, you count 5. 6 and 4, you count 6. Here, when it comes to 6, 6 and 1, you count just 6. 6 and 2, you count 6. 6 and 3, you count 6. 6 and 4, 6. And 6 and 5, 6. And 6 and 6, 6. So this becomes like our new one. So a multiple of 3. Now you can check here how many are multiple of 3's, right? So these are your first one. So multiple of 3's, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 out of 18 are multiple of 6. A number less than 4. So less than 4 are these numbers 1, 2, 3. So just 3 numbers are less than 4.